First off, let me apologise for this tutorial being on Twitch. I can't really do it from the Xbox because it only lets me record 5 minutes, and I've just tried doing it and I went over, so I think this is the best way to do it. Anyway, first thing to do is go to create vinyl group and apply vinyl shape and go to your letters. This is going to be how to create a basic logo and apply it to your car. So I'm going to use my gamer tag and I'm going to pick a font. Just that one. Select black. Now if you notice, the coordinates in the bottom left hand corner is 0 and 0. That means it's in the slap bang middle of the page. I'm going to move that into position. You can see the numbers changing, but the naught remains the same. Now rather than create a letter for each one, I'm just going to simply stamp it for the amount of times that the letter is used. So M, A, C, T and O. Now all I'm going to do is change the vinyl shape. Now doing it this way, you make sure that all the letters are in the exact same size. And then all we need to do is space the letters apart. Now they're all on 0, which means that the exact same. If I move it up, you'll see that it moves. Negative is below, positive is above. So I'm going to make sure that they're all at 0. I'm going to position them. Now the left stick will move it a lot, whereas the D-pad will move it in slight increments. Get the spacing just right. And that's right enough. Then what you can do is press the right trigger, which highlights all the letters, and group them together, and then move it back into the centre again. Get it close enough with the left stick, and then use the D-pad to get it spot on. Now doing it that way, I'll just open here's one I made earlier, kind of thing, which is this one. Now I'll just break it apart so you can actually see how I did this. Delete that first. Ungroup so you can see each one. You see how I keep it tidy? I keep all the different design elements in their own groups. Now this one is simply 2 V's upside down. It's daft using the shapes when there's other shapes that'll do it. So them 2 is just 2 V's upside down. The design in Tune is done exactly how I said, spacing the letters apart. Same with the macto and the registered trademark thing, just for a laugh, basically. So that's how I created that one. I'll show you the other bits that I used. No, sorry. Now this is the other one I've used, which is basically just a series of shapes. Couldn't be any easier. We've got a white rectangle. And these are all just rectangles, and we've got some gradients underneath for a bit of shadowing. Now you'll see that the layers are in order as they appear. The ones at the front, at the beginning of the list, are underneath these ones. So if I wanted to move these to the top, I could press X to cut it and then Y to place it there. But if I move the position, you'll see that if it's slightly out, it's going to affect the design. So I'll cut it and place it underneath Y1. So that's that element. Now this one's a bit more complicated, it took a bit more time. So I use the Twitch logo, which took a bit longer to do. The lettering done exactly the same as I've already said, by just stamping each letter and spacing them out. But the Twitch logo, I'll show you how that was created. Three layers this took. Now you can see if I just look at the yellow highlighted area, show the shapes that I used. Just see how it's made up as a series of shapes. Takes a bit of patience to do something like this, but once you've created it once, you can just use it multiple times on all your cars then. So let's show it on a new car. What I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a new car to do it. I've currently been using A-class cars, so I'll do an A-class car up. I must say I'm going to upgrade this to an A-class later, I won't do it now. I've not got one of them, so we'll do that. I always select white as a base colour. Make sure all my cars look the same. This is your
2012 Scion TC.
I always use a white colour and use a shiny carbon fibre on the mirrors, wheels and the rear wings. So we know that that's white. I never bother with carbon bonnet because it affects the design. So shiny carbon. That wing is going to be added once it's upgraded. Black carbon wheels, and we'll leave it at that. Now all my cars I've started to make look the same, it's like I've got team colours kind of thing. Once you get used to doing this, you'll be able to create a vinyl car literally in 5 minutes. So I'm just going to apply decals. The first thing I do is go to the top, new layer, load a layer group, and select this one that I've got ready. Load the file. Now it's obviously too big at that size, so I'm going to use the size tool and get it to where it looks right, which is about there. Now they're not always bang in the middle, so keep an eye on that. I'm going to place it. Now I want all the other stripes to match this. So I'm going to, rather than add it again, I'm going to hold down the left stick, which changes the cut to copy. So I'm going to copy that layer and press X, so it's on my clipboard. And I'll insert it on that side. Now we know that it's the exact same size as the other because it's copied from it. And I'm going to go to the spin tool and line it up. So it follows contours at car. And that looks alright. So because I've already got it copied, I can just paste it again on the front, move it into position, use the left D-pad, the D-pad to get it into position. Now I can see that it's actually a bit smaller than it should be, so I'm just going to increase the size. Sometimes it doesn't do this on certain cars, other cars it seems to glitch a little bit. Nearly there. A bit too far, I think that's close enough. Then go to the back, paste it again. That's close enough for a quick example anyway. And I'm going to paste it again. Now, when you rotate anything, 0 is always at the angle that it was pasted in at. So you've got 90 degrees, which is directly up. I must have altered size of that. Let me just get rid of that. Go to the top one again. Copy it. Paste it in again. Spin it 90 degrees. No, it's a glitch on this car. 90 degrees keeps it exactly upright. Carry on going, it'll be a reflection 180. Do it again, 270. I'm going to get the size to match that. Again, you can spend a bit more time getting it absolutely spot on, but that's close enough. Same again on the back. I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. Get it to the right size. And that'll do. Now I'm not keen on how that looks. It meets the other stripe and it doesn't look right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a white shape over the top of that. Now because the white is the exact same as the colour of the car, you won't see that it's a vinyl. And I'm going to move it so that it stops at the reg plate area. But I want it to be below the other one, so I'm going to paste it underneath that. And that needs to be, get this right. That's got it. That's in right order. I'm going to use this tool. Sorry, I'm going to go back because I want the red to be exact same colour. So I'm just going to temporarily load in a graphic that I've got the exact colour that I want, which is that one. And I'm going to change the colour and just select it again, which then means when I go to apply a vinyl shape, it's in the list of previous colours. So we know that this shade of red is exactly the same as the vinyl group I've got ready and waiting. Now I'm going to create this so it's nearly square, but you'll see that the reg plate is at a slight angle, so you can use a skew tool to line it up so that it matches and move that into position and get it the right distance from the left hand side. Stamp it, look at the skew and see that it's minus 11, so we now need it to be plus 11, and it'll be a mirror image of that one. Stamp it again, change the skew to 0 and move it into the centre. And we've got a oh, you can see a couple of things, so I'm going to just move it along, stamp it, and stamp it again. New layer, load a layer group, pick one of these that I already made, change the size, move it into position, and I'm happy with that. There's room on the bumper for me Twitch address, so I'm going to go to load a layer group, find the one that I've already created. And that'll do. On this side, I'm just going to add all the elements that I've created earlier. I can zoom in on a design by holding down the left stick and pressing up on the right stick. And I want to rotate this so that it matches the stripe and move it into position. Zoom back out, see how it looks. A bit too big, I want to allow a bit more space for the Twitch address. Hello. I'm going to bring in Twitch address, get it to the right size. Now what I can do to get it to match the exact other one is look at this one and see that it's spun 358.6. So all I need to do on this one is do the same amount, 358.6. Put it into position. Now something I like to do is just put another element which just says what car class it is, car class A700. I'm going to spin this so it lines up with this contour on the car here. You see how it's got a fold in the panel. I'm going to line it up with that so that when you see it from the side it looks lined up. That'll do. Now this side, I don't need to do it all again. I can just put new layer, insert all from right left side. Now you'll immediately see that it's all mirrored. So what you can quickly do is switch to the other side, copy that layer, go back to the other, paste, spin it the same amount, which is, copy that up, get rid of that, do it again. Right, copy that layer, move it roughly into position, zoom in, spin, line it up, and then delete the original mirrored image. Back to the other side, copy the next layer, paste it over that. And if your maths are any good, 358.6 minus from 360 is 1.4, so I need to go to 1.4 that side. And that should be exactly the same. So if your spin was 2, spin was 2 on that side, it'd obviously be 358 on the other. So that's 358.6, which means that we need to go plus 1.4. Once that's in position, delete the other one, copy that one, paste again. And again, 1.4. Move into position and delete that one. All I'm going to put on the top is a variation of my logo. I like to keep the top fairly clean, I don't like to clutter it up with too many logos. Just put it in the centre. Sometimes there's room to put things on the front, there's a little bezel, so what I could do is either use a Twitch address, but I'm going to use the car class again. Now this needs to be white, so I just press X to change the colour. Reduce it down in size. And that's it. That'll do. Apply to car and save. And I'll just quickly show you all the cars I've got in A-class that match this design. And they were all created quickly. You've not got to spend hours doing a design for every car, which is something I used to do. It's as if you've got your own race colours. and you can quickly apply it to all your cars then. So these are all my A-class cars. And they all fit in with that design. And each one literally took about 5 minutes. I hope that helped.